really resonated with me as my therapist was like, the love that you have towards your chickens, that allowance of them, I mean, give that to yourself. So it really resonated because, like, Carrie Mae Weems has been fighting me, wounding my legs. It's the rooster being very aggressive, and I'm just like, well, that's the rooster's nature to protect. It's the rooster's nature. The pecking order. It's in their nature to wound and to hurt, to reorganize their social structure. And there's like an acceptance of that. And I'm thinking about my responsibility, not in terms of like making sure that like no one suffers, but in making sure that we could find sort of a way to cohabit, to live it peacefully. And it's patience and it's practice and it's trial and error. And this idea of like, you know, feeling, oh, like I could have done this differently, or I could have done that differently, or it's like also just allowing that it's not about control, that it's about respecting the nature of beings, and in turn respecting my own nature of being, my own eccentricities, my own, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. And at the same time, stepping back from that judgment, that judgmental voice, that somehow still out of fear resists self-acceptance. And this is a reparenting, and not just of my parents, but a reparenting, I really believe, generationally here. And I've been thinking a lot about art and this perceived notion of the artwork as something that is an object and not a body. I mean, it's kind of interesting. We call a group of works or artworks a body of work, but we don't really think about it as a body. We tend to objectify it, and then what is produced becomes the work, as an object, the work of art, or the work. And there's this distance. Well, I think that with artworks, I will no longer think of my artworks as objects. I will think of my artworks as beings that hold a process or part of the process, whether it be they hold a moment of reflection, or they hold a feeling. They hold process. They are containers for processing, and that process is what is shared with others, for them to be able to process themselves. And so it came to me that when the work is made into an inanimate object, thing, the work, distanced, that we do that to ourselves. And thinking about writers and philosophers, like Jane Bennett, who writes about the vibrancy of matter, and then embodied therapy, and then also the simultaneity and the oneness of everything on the cellular level and fractals. So really kind of reflecting on, neural pathways, perhaps.